12, Mondays through Thursday, from 8 to 1:30. We will be charging $50 per student, and we will have scholarships available for students that need them, provided the student performs a minimum of 10 hours community service to receive the scholarship. We'll be hiring a coordinator, 4 general education teachers, 1 ESS teacher, and security. It will be held at Pace High School. There will be a teacher-supported learning. There'll be breakfast, lunch, and transportation. We've also been in talks with the Gila River community to provide a summer school for students from the reservation out at Casa Grande Union High School. Again, this would be the same May 27th to June 12th time period. It would all be funded through grants, but it would be really to support our Native American students from Gila River to help them feel welcome at the school. We would be inviting 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students to be a part of that. And so I want to thank Mrs. Clement and her team for working on this proposal. Also, we are also looking at an early childhood center summer camp available June 2nd to June 26th, 8 to 4 o'clock. We're looking to hire a preschool director, teacher, 2 part-time assistants, and Vista Grande graduates to participate in this program, but supporting preschool as well. And so those will be our summer school offerings this year. Tomorrow will be the final meeting for our cell phone committee for them to complete the draft. We'll also be watching what the legislature does and the Senate does with the cell phone bill that has passed the House by a 41-18 margin, to see if it passes the Senate, and to be able to look at the specifics, because there are some provisions in the bill that really need to be explained in greater detail from what the actual bill says and what the media has been presenting. Also, our secondary task force, we are making some excellent progress on some of our goals. For example, 80% of our seniors have completed their interview. I know Mr. Wilkie, Mrs. Harrington has been helpful in completing those interviews. 80% of our seniors have taken the ASVAB test, and we've had 27% score at least 35 on that test, which is an exceeding score, exceeding the goal, and 34% have met the goal. Students completing the FAFSA form, which is for student financial support, currently is at 25%. 43% of our seniors have applied for admission into a college or a school beyond our high schools. 7% of our students have acquired a letter of recommendation, and 45% of our students have completed a resume. And so if the community would like to support our students by writing them letters of recommendation, we certainly would appreciate any support there in getting these students to have a letter of recommendation. We want to congratulate our Casa Grande Union basketball team, as well as our Casa Grande Union soccer team. Mr. Wagner's in the back. Both teams qualified for the state playoffs this year. They played hard, but they did not move on to the second round. Also want to congratulate Josh Roper from Vista Grande High School, who recently finished 3rd place in the state for his weight classification. And I believe he lost either the 1st or 2nd round match and came all the way up through the losers consolation to get to 3rd place. So congratulations to Josh. He's a junior, so we're excited for him to come back next year. The month of February was CTE Appreciation Month. I want to thank Mrs. Miller as well as Mrs. Kortson for showcasing all of our CTE programs and getting information out. These are excellent programs to help our students develop hobbies, interests, sparks, and for them making plans for after school. Also last week on Thursday night, we had our annual band gala out at Vista Grande High School. We had both of our schools participating, both our large schools participating, in all of the 12 schools in the elementary district participated in this band gala. And I think the last song was about 450 students playing. Jennifer Kortson did a wonderful job as our master of ceremonies that night. And our mayor, Lisa Fitzgibbons, came and introduced the last song and talked about her experiences being a band member, a band mom as well. As you know, our trap and ski club last year won the state championship and finished high nationally. And they are currently signing up interested students, 6th through 12th grade. Everybody's interested to apply. So is there a deadline for that? I just saw that got put out.
I believe it's going to be on the 25th, March 25th.
So we certainly appreciate Dave for his hard work in creating that team. And what I like best about the announcement is it said all students will participate. Nobody sits on the bench. And so March is also Women's History Month. And on March 26th, at the Vista Grande High School, we will be doing a living history of women, women of history. I think I pronounced it right. We have 6 individuals, a couple from our district, who will be taking the role of a woman in history and talking about, for example, Mrs. Craig Townsend, who's a counselor at Casa Grande Union. She has a picture when she was a child on Coretta Scott King's lap and got to meet Coretta Scott King. She will be representing and talking as if she's Coretta Scott King at that. And so again, Jennifer has done an excellent job coordinating that event as well. I also want to mention last Friday night, I went and visited Gilbert Christian High School and watched our Vista Grande boys baseball team play. And I've gone to a lot of games, but I don't think I've ever walked away from a game more proud of our students. This was a Christian school, and our students behaved. They prayed with the students before the game. They prayed with the students after the game. Every one of them, without prompting from their coach, came up and thanked me after the game for coming. They're off to a really good start this year. Currently 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. I think they look like they're going to be a strong team. But I know Mrs. Turan is here. I sent her a text message. I told Mrs. Turan the highlight of my week last week was Thursday going to the interviews at Vista Grande High School and the quality of students and what we did there that night, doing there and interviewing those students and just how well prepared they were. But then Friday night to go and watch that team play, and I'm looking forward. Tomorrow they have their home opener. I'm looking forward to getting out and watching that. And again, spring break starts this weekend. It will be spring break for 2 weeks. Our staff has worked so hard, and all of them are deserving of a fantastic, safe, and wonderful break. And we just hope everybody that's traveling for the break comes back safely and has a fantastic time. And that's my report tonight, sir.
Quite the report. Thank you. A lot of good things going on.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Not, then let's move into matters reserved for board action. ASBA policy revisions. Mr. Lavender.
So these are the first readings of some proposed policy reviews by ASBA. I stand ready to answer any questions. I know one question that many of you may have is about the mission statement. Once it's approved, and we will take the mission statement that we developed with the 2 sheets with our core values and that we developed, and we will transpose them into the document.
Okay. All right.
And if anybody has any questions.
Any questions by any of the board members? All right. Then with that, I will accept a motion.
I move, I move to approve first reading of ASBA policy revisions to A, district mission and beliefs, AA, school district legal status, ABA, community involvement in education, ABAA, parental involvement, AC, non-discrimination, equal opportunity, ACA, sexual harassment, ACAA, Title IX, sexual discrimination, GBK, staff grievances, JII, student concerns, complaints, and grievances, and AD, education philosophy / school district mission deletion as presented.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Barrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
And Mr. Lukey?
Yes. And to SY 2026 renewal, Mr. Lavender.
Yes, President Wilkie, I put this on the regular agenda tonight and not on the consent agenda because I am so proud of the support staff, the certified staff that we have here in the district. All of them are dedicated professionals and work so hard to support our students. And I just felt like the voting on renewing all of them needed to be a singular vote tonight to show them our gratitude for the outstanding work that each of them are doing. And so I recommend with enthusiasm that we renew or we offer contracts, renewal contracts on all the individuals that are listed in the agenda.
Any questions from the board? All
Nope.
right, with that, I will entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the SY 2026 certified JROTC certified professional and exempt renewal listings as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Ms. Jordan,
Yes.
Ms. Harrington,
Yes.
Mr. Hayes,
Yes.
and Mr. Wilkie.
Yes, and again, thank you all. You do a fantastic job for us. We really appreciate your support and everything you do for the district. Mr. Lavender, purchasing.
Yes, President Wilkie, I'm going to ask our facilities director, Ralph Bellick, to please come up to the podium. There are two items tonight we're asking for approval on. One is to purchase new rooftop air conditioners here for the district office as well as Case. And so, Mr. Bellick, thank you for coming tonight. If you could just cover those briefly, please.
We're just requesting to purchase a 50-ton that covers most of the administration area, and then 2 30-tons that go into the hallways of the PACE area and also the main PACE schooling area. Reason for the purchase is last August. I believe we had the big storm that came in. We had a lightning strike that knocked out their multi-stage units that run off 3 or 4 compressors. On the 50-ton, we had 2 of the compressors burn out. We were able over the after August to wire them and reconnect them where we could run a double stage so we can get through the year. But coming into the new year, we're kind of worried that we're going to have some failures happen and not be able to cool down the site here. So,
Mr. Bellick, you had how many quotes did you get on this?
we got 3. One came in with 2 units. They weren't able to come out and get the third one, and that one was about $100,000 more for 2 units versus the proposal that we got, which is on a 1 GPA consortium as well, which is about $366,000 to do all 3, and also change out the curb adapters to help prevent from the leakings that we've been having. Of course, those curb adapters are about 15, 16 years old. So of course, wear and tear on those. Those also will be changed out, the wiring into them. But yeah, it would be good to go after that. So we'll be a little less stressed.
And then I think you told me the third quote was over 600,000.
Yeah, the other one was about $636,000, and I have all the quotes and documentations on those. So if anybody needs to see them, I can forward out to anybody here. So
this is a needed project. We believe the $366,000 quote is a reasonable quote given the other 2 quotes, and we recommend approval.
Well, any questions from any of the board members? Well, thank you for making sure we get the best deal, bang for a buck, if you will.
and just so you guys know, we're a big trying to go after the state, but this is an area that the state doesn't cover. There's not enough students in the area to get that assistance. So.
All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the expenditures in excess of $100,000 for the following: a Comfort Systems USA Southwest CSUSASW rooftop unit replacement for PACE / the district office, One GPA contract number 22-14 PV-01 of $366,793.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Temporary construction easement. Mr. Lavender?
President Wilkie, I mentioned earlier that February was CTE month and March was Women Histories Month. The spring of 25 and the fall of 25 and the summer of 25 is Patience Month. Wow. Our contractors are widening Truckle Road to 4 lanes out in front. When this project started, Dr. Weinberry had a full head of hair, and he's slowly losing his hair as this project. But one of the things over spring break, they're going to be doing some construction and looking at our sidewalk, and they're requesting an easement to be able to do some work. And I'll ask Mr. Bellick at this time to really explain what this easement entails.
So the temporary construction easement that I spoke to the contractors on is all they're asking is that way they have allotted access to enter and then also be able to do all the work that's on the contract with the city to do. I think it's a good chunk that goes within our fence line. If we don't allow the easement, it's going to be cut back, which is going to, I believe, and in my opinion, would later on that we would have to pick up and do the work on that later on. This easement's for all the curbing and all the handicap accessible walkways. All those will be done. Giving them the access will allow them to get all the way in to get the work that they need to get done. If, like I said, if we don't, then they'd have to remodify the scope of work and then push back so that way they wouldn't damage any fence areas with the machinery and things like that. It'd be almost pushed back all the way into the street, which is wouldn't do us any justice. I mean, if we could get the city to pay for our sidewalks there and things like that, I think it's a home run for us. So,
Good question. So you said it goes into beyond our fence line. Does that mean they have to remove the fence to do the work, or what does that entail?
no, all they're doing is asking so they can get the machinery to tear away the asphalt and the concrete. So they would all they're asking is to open up the gates, so no gates would go down. It'd be within the scope of work that they can do with the actual fence still up.
Oh, okay.
And all the work, we made sure that it would be done during our break. That way there's no construction issues or things of that nature to interfere with the schooling.
They'll repair and renew everything in front of our school, right?
Yeah, the blacktop there, and then also the walkway entrances on the campus. If you're facing into the main campus on the right side, there's a pedestrian walkway.
Mhm.
All that, some that concrete there and curbing would be the one that they are working on.
Any other questions from any of the board members?
When are they going to remove that orange thing that's like right in the entryway? The orange triangle thing.
And they put the medium in. There's no more turning left out of Casa Union. You were the last one that got to do it. A couple weeks ago.
Ever?
There's a VIP pass that they do hand out for that.
I'm with you on that one. All right.
I live to the left. It's really inconvenient turning right every time.
Public safety, right?
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other questions by anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I motion to approve the temporary construction easement for the expansion of Treckle Road as presented.
Wonderful. Do we have a second? Yeah. We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Donations. Mr. Lavender.
Yes, President Wilkie. Again, this month we've received some very generous donations from our community. John Travis Daniel donated a Fusion 3 F400 S3D printer worth $4,499. Originally worth $4,499 to the Casa Grande Union High School Engineering Program. Our Casa Grande Union High boys tennis team received $250 from Dr. Grant Walton and $200 from Government System Software Services, and Incorporated. Our Vista Grande wrestlers received a $100 donation from Simply R&R LLC and $100 from Adventures in Skydiving. Our Casa Grande baseball team received $25 from Thomas Rush, and our Casa Grande Union Trap and Skeet team received $1,500 from the state of Arizona Remittance Game and Fish Department, and $2,200 from the state of Arizona Remittance Game and Fish Department. And we recommend approving all of these donations.
Again, very generous. Any comments or questions from any of the board members? If not, I will definitely entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the motions as presented.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. That brings us to the consent agenda item portion of the agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda item can be taken in one motion unless any board member would like to take one off for questions or for further consideration. Is there any such motion? Anybody would like to remove anything? Seeing none, then I will accept a motion.
I will move to approve the consent agenda in its entirety, items A through H as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes, and that brings us to the call of the public. Did not receive any requests to speak, so at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes,
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
And Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
we stand adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.